Okay, this is a reaction video from World Friends. Please click like, share, and subscribe for them. And please click like, share, and subscribe for me. American Things British People Secretly Envy. Well, I didn't know. Well, we'll see. What do you guys, everybody knows Marvel and DC. Well, okay, let's find out. What are things British people secretly envy that we have?
Everyone knows like Marvel and DC, and yeah, we don't really have good superheroes in the UK.
You had Captain Britain, didn't you? Captain Britain. It was Captain Britain, yeah.
Captain British.
He like kills people with like a splash of tea.
No, I don't think that's what he did. That was a Marvel. I thought it was something like Captain Britain.
Hello, hi, I'm Lauren, and I'm from the UK.
I'm Cherry. I'm from America.
What do you think about American as a British?
Your honest answer, please.
Warning, PSA, I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's just my.
Why, this is something that, people go, I'm not trying to think. Just say what you think. If you hate us, you hate us. In this country, it's a free country. You can say whatever you want.
Personal.
You can be honest.
Okay.
As you can tell, I'm not offended by the British at all, since I support one of their football clubs. My favorite team, the only team, Arsenal. Arsenal.
I don't take offense.
Overweight, middle-aged white man with no hair. That was my original view before I actually.
Is that what you overweight American no hair? That's what Americans. Are there no overweight British people, British guys with no hair?
Met American people, and then they're literally the loveliest, sweetest people I have ever met. Warm-hearted, like care about other people, I feel like.
That's better.
So the first time I met American people was when I was doing like summer school here. My closest friends were American, and we went to the beach. They were all so fine with getting naked. They were just like, yeah, let's go get in the water. And I was like, I don't want to take my clothes off.
There were Americans that wanted to get naked. That's that's interesting.
They were so confident and so fine with doing it, whereas I was really shy. So that was what I was really envious.
That's not something you hear about Americans a lot. Is that if we go to a beach in the United States, we generally wear our trunks. Now we may take our shirt off and talking about guys here, and do it that way, or maybe wear speedos, or like my sister calls them banana hammocks. But generally, we do not strip down to our bare behinds and run around like that. That's not something I know of a lot of Americans will do.
Was that confidence? First one is Hollywood.
Origin of
The origin of movies, yeah. I feel like the Hollywood movies are, in general, the high budget and like the really famous movies.
I'm actually well, I mean, I love movies, but I certainly wouldn't be envious of of Americans because of Hollywood. I've been there. I've seen what it looks like.
People may envy the fact that you guys a mass scale producing house kind of thing, and it's the OG of really good movies.
It should be noted that one of the biggest hits in the history of the cinema, Star Wars, the original Star Wars: A New Hope, uh, a lot of that was actually filmed in England. It wasn't filmed in the United States. The desert scenes of Tatooine were filmed in Tunisia, and most of the other things were filmed on an English soundstage. So, I'm trying to think what other Hollywood movie. There's been a lot of great movies. Don't get me wrong; a lot of them were filmed in Hollywood. I get that, but yeah, I don't know that I'd necessarily be envious about that.
Hollywood is such a huge thing in America, and like it plays such a huge part in everyone's life. It really shapes the media. Everyone follows celebrities, especially like Kim K. It just like they start all
I don't.
the trends like worldwide.
I don't follow any of that nonsense.
Of trends, not all of them, but a lot of trends start in Hollywood. Yeah, it's a huge trendsetter. A lot of my favorite actors.
That is true. It is a huge trend center. It is a place where a lot of, just because I don't doesn't mean everybody else doesn't either. A lot of people do follow things that go on in Hollywood.
And actresses are English, British, but I think English, British movies are really well made.
Oh yeah, I think we have like a lot of great movies and loads of amazing actors and actresses. I just think in terms of like scale and how popular the movies are and how it's all coming from one kind of place is really cool. I don't think.
And it is true that a lot of great movies come from Hollywood. And generally, when you think about a place where movies are made all the time, you think of Hollywood.
Think we'll ever be able to get to that level. The second one, which I've already talked about from personal experience, is confidence. American people are so flipping confident. Like, it blows.
Now, I know people who wouldn't do what I'm doing these videos, putting these things out there, and I've been criticized by people, saying things about me, not personal things, but uh, Americans are generally confident. Okay, when my sister was growing up, she wasn't confident at all. If she wanted something, she'd had somebody ask somebody to do it for her. Now she just walks. She's probably one of the most confident people I know, and will tell you about it. But yeah, Americans generally are confident about things and will, yeah, and a lot of us are proud to be Americans.
Blows my mind. Like, I can tell immediately if someone is American because they just like carry themselves so well and they're really friendly. Like, usually they will be like hello first.
I feel like Americans are taught to be really like outgoing, and like being extroverted is it's a very American thing. Like, I don't particularly like reside with that. It's not particularly my personality, but like a lot of Americans are very like out there, put yourself out there. Like even when they're not confident, like there's a saying like fake it till you make it. So like, you just like I love English people. I love their humor, like the dry.
Yeah, the dry British humor. That's something that the English. Look, I grew up. I remember watching Monty Python. I know that's a staple of British humor is Monty Python, but that wasn't just sort of Monty Python. It was John Cleese. John Cleese was one of the funniest people that I think I've ever seen, and like watching him with Monty Python, watching Faulty Towers, and doing other things in the United. Fish Called Wanda was one of the funniest movies I think I've ever seen. And sometimes when he does serious things, like he did in the movie called Silverado, he's briefly in there. It just um, there's some British people that I absolutely love, and he's one of them.
Black humor, like The Office, is so good.
Oh my gosh.
That's the biggest thing I love about English, and like they just give off this like very funny, like kind of cheeky, I guess, cheeky vibe. But they're really kind. They're really polite too, and I really like that about them. They're very polite. They're super polite, which is crazy. Like they won't literally like say what they're
That's also what I mean. Like by confidence, it's kind of like we're taught to kind of not ever be rude to people. So I feel like maybe that pushes and suppresses us from like complaining if the food is wrong or that kind of thing, like complaining to a boss. The third one that I would say would be sincerity. I'm not saying British people aren't sincere. Please don't hate me. I just feel like American people are kind of more sincere when they maybe give compliments. I don't even know.
Now, that's something that's built into the culture. I mean, people are generally sincere. Now, I've seen British people be very sincere as well. I've encountered some people from England, and they were very sincere. But that's something that's built into the culture. We are. I know where this comes from, but not necessarily. I don't think it's something that British people aren't sincere. I think they are.
Where it comes from, I just feel like when they say things, they kind of mean it slightly more.
Completely true, because you're gorgeous and
Okay, so number 4 is superheroes. Everyone knows like Marvel and DC, and they're really, really cool. And yeah, we don't really have good superheroes in the UK.
What's this guy?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
I mean, he's a Brit.
Yeah, he's Benedict Cumberbatch. He's played by a British, but he's English, but he's an American. Doctor Strange, Stephen Strange is an American.
British actor, but he's starring in an American movie.
It's true.
British people are we're never the good guy. Like,
because you have the best accents. I mean, if these two were playing in a movie, okay, and I needed to play the heroine and I needed somebody to play the villain, okay, I would choose the girl on the right from England to be the villain because she has the English accent, and because English people can cut a phrase better than any American ever can. There are words or phrases that I've heard people say in England that are so much better than anything that we can say in the United States. So I don't, care if she has the best looks or she's gorgeous. She's the villain.
Like we always play the villain in movies like this.
Okay. A lot. I'm just come to think of a lot of the British actors are the superheroes. So like Spider-Man.
But actually, like, fun fact, what's Batman's real name?
Bruce.
Guy Batman.
Bruce.
Hey Siri,
Bruce Wayne.
damn it. So, fun fact about Batman, actually, the house that Bruce Wayne lives in, Wayne Manor, that is actually a British building. But it's filmed near where I went to university in the UK. It's like this. So I guess that's one part. I mean, is Batman a superhero or a villain? I'm gonna start a hate train in the comments. See, Captain America's like the main good guy, you know, like, and he's literally called Captain America. Captain British,
Britain?
Captain UK, Captain Britain. That even sounds weird.
He like kills people with like a splash of tea.
Poison.
No, I guess I do. I vaguely remember Captain Britain in the Excalibur comic book from Marvel.
IT. I feel like Sherlock is.
Oh my
our
gosh,
closest.
Sherlock!
Yeah.
He's the superhero,
Yeah.
man. He caps all of the superheroes.
I love Sherlock.
I love Sherlock.
Number 5 is high school life. From what I can gather, high school in the UK and the US is very different. I always remember being in school.
Well, I think one of correct me if I'm wrong, first year, second year, third year, fourth year is how you describe it in the UK. In the United States, it's freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior.
And hating wearing my uniform, especially when it was boiling
Yeah, we never had to wear uniforms.
hot outside and having to wear like our blazers, whereas we would always be like, if we were in America, we could wear whatever we want for school.
Well, there's we weren't always able to wear shorts or things like that. But yeah, I think United States that's a little bit better.
Kind of thing. And also, I feel like your high school life is kind of not about just about having fun, but I feel like it looks like you have a lot of fun. You know, you have dances and the prom, and for graduation of high school, you do it really big, like a normal university graduation, whereas we just don't get like a cap or anything when we finish high school. It's just like ceremony. It's not like anything special. And
Do you have prom?
So prom actually depends on the school. Some people have it, some people don't. And I mean, some people have like formal dances and stuff, like maybe if you went to like a private school. But my school had a prom, but
really?
it wasn't, I don't think it was like an American prom, but it was still very cute.
I think like America, they kind of like blow it out of proportion. It's not as cool as you think it is.
Yeah, if you watch a lot of the high school movies that I grew up with in the 80s or things like that, showing high school life, I'm like, where do these people go to high school? Or in some places you see them, they didn't even go to high school, yet they still graduate. High school is, you know, it was 9 periods. You show up, you go to your class, you take your class, you get your grades, you get your graduation, everything like that, and you move on with your life. It certainly wasn't as exciting as it looks like on TV.
It really depends on where you go, I think, but like it's very hyped up, I think, on the media.
Because it looks so much fun on TV shows. When I had a prom, it was just kind of like a huge party, you know, like a race course. You know, when they race the horses, we had it like in one of those. Not on the field, like in the
building.
building.
I see.
It wasn't like fancy like it seems on American TV. Lastly, I said Nate.
Yeah, American actually blows what real high school. I mean, if high school was like that, then I can't imagine what high school would have been like. It was like it was on the TV.
Nature. Most of these are just judging by what I've seen on movies and TV because I've never been to America. I feel like American families always have like big barbecues and stuff, and they do.
That is something that does happen a lot in the United States. We have barbecues, and barbecues are huge in America. And there are places in the United States where they actually have barbecue contests. Places, you know, like in the like Kansas City and Texas and the South, and even in the North, they have a lot of barbecues. And tailgating before games, they do barbecue. So barbecue, you don't have to be camping, nothing like that. Barbecue is just big in the United States.
A lot of outdoor things like camping or hiking, surfing. You know, you have literally like all the different types of topographies everywhere in the US. You can do anything. You can go skiing, you can go surfing.
Desert.
Yeah, there's desert. There's literally everything. So I'm
Rock
personally
climbing.
quite jealous of that. It's a huge country.
I think a lot of Americans, like they're kind of infamous for like not traveling. It's kind of a thing like, oh, Americans don't travel, they don't go out of their country.
Well, a lot of Americans travel inside the country, but I met a couple of people. I'm in Columbus, Ohio, and there's nothing really special about Columbus. It's a nice place to live, and I certainly would recommend anybody to visit it just because there are some enjoyable things here, and things to see. But I've met quite a few people who've never even left Columbus. Um, they've just never left it and never had a reason to, even for vacation. In fact, my girlfriend took a long time. She lived in a place called Connellsville, which is in the southeastern part of the state. And the first time she ever left Ohio to go on vacation, she was nervous as they left the state because she'd never been out that far. But that is something that people think. A lot of people don't, Americans don't go out of the country, but a lot of Americans will go inside the United States because you can do anything here. There's no real reason sometimes to visit another country.
But I mean, it's not all true, but I think a lot of the big reason is because America is so big. If you take a road trip like 7 hours north, you still can't get out of the state. I mean, I'm from California. We drove like 8 hours north and we were still in California. And so it's very big, very
If I
big.
drove 8 hours north, I'd be in the sea.
Again, if you're going to have an American on this panel or talking about life in America, why would you choose somebody from California? I mean, come on. That's choose a real American. Nothing against her, mind you, but so if I was somebody from America, Denver, Kansas City, Louisville, maybe Mobile, Alabama, uh, someplace in Texas. California is not. California is just California.
I love English nature. I love like the hills and the greenery. And I wanted to go to Seven Sisters, like a cliffside on the coast. I think that's beautiful. And I really wanted to go to Ireland and Scotland. Like I have a huge I really
Go
want
to
to go.
Wales too. Okay, so today I was sharing American things that British people secretly envy, may secretly envy. This was my personal opinion. What did you think?
Yeah, it's valid. I think we also there are a lot of things that I think American people envy about British people as well. And there's a lot of good and bad things about both, countries. I think England and Britain is like gorgeous, and I love the British people as well. So yeah, thank you so much. All the love.
Yay! So if you like this video,
Please like and subscribe. Thank
bye.
you. There are a lot of things that I think American people envy about British people as well, and there's a lot of good and bad things about both, countries. I think England and Britain is like gorgeous, and I love the British people as well.
Yeah, like I said, I flew over Great Britain, but I never actually visited. I will eventually. But I agree. I think England and Britain is gorgeous. I love the British people as well.
So yeah, thank you so much. All the love.
Yay! So if you like this video,
Please like and subscribe. Thank
bye.
you.
Yes, please click like, share, and subscribe for World Friends, and please click like, share, and subscribe for me as well. But yeah, that was interesting. American things British people. Well, this is one this British girl secretly envies. The only thing that really surprised me is that Americans would go to a beach and just take off all their clothes. That is not something that most Americans would do. But okay, but that falls under confidence, so that is what it is. But thanks for watching. Please click like, share, and subscribe, and have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.